We are electronic engineering students at Universitaria de Meta, and this is an introductory video to electrical automation systems module. This process will contain a series of videos in which different practicas about automation and electrical engineering will be presented. Here, we can see the electronic engineering laboratories, what electrical engineering and automation practicas will be held. To begin here, we have the automation module, and I'm going to explain some of the elements conditioned by us to carry out the practicums. The purpose of these elements, or implementing these elements here in the module, is to give an important opportunity to electronic engineering students at Corporación Universitaria del Meta to implement in a practical and functional way the laboratory worksheets of automation and electronic and electrical engineering assignments. The most popular or familiar form of switch is an initial operator electromechanical device with one or more sets of electrical contacts which are connected to external circuits. Some switches are used to isolate electric power from a system, providing a visible point of isolation that can be allowed if necessary to prevent accidental operation of machine during maintenance or to prevent electric shock. So we have here, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4 normally open push buttons and 4 normally closed push buttons. A push button is, in this case here, is a red button. This is a push button switch and is an emergency stop which cuts the general flow passing through the module. Light indicators. We have 2 red and orange and 2 green light indicators. They are used as a proof that some part of the circuit is energized. In this case, we have the 3-position selector. This element is used to invert the twist of the motor. The light alarm. The light alarm is used to indicate the states of acting when the motor is stopped or an emergency has occurred. The limit switch. We have 2 limit switches, the black ones here. In electrical engineering, a limit switch is a switch operated by the motion of a machine or presence of an object. They are used for control or for the control of a machine as safety interlocks or to count objects passing from one point to another. A limit switch is an electromechanical device that consists of an actuator mechanically linked to a set of contacts. When an object comes into the contact with the actuator, the device operates a contact to make or break an electrical connection. Limit switches are used in a variety of applications and environments because of their robustness, easy of installation, and reliability for operation. They can be determined that determine the present or absent passing or the motion of some subject or an object. In this case, we can say that they were first used to define the limit or trouble of an object, hence the name limit switch. We have here the first omega rail. This is the first omega rail. We have the terminal boards. In this case, we have 7 terminal boards for normally open push buttons and 8 for the remaining push buttons. And here we have the second omega rail. The second omega rail, we have terminal boards. They are terminal boards used for limit switches, and other connections, for light indicators, limit switches, and derivations. Contactors. Contactors, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 contactors in this module. A contactor is a semiconductor testing. Contactor can also refer to a specialized socket that connects the device under test. In process industries, a contactor is a vessel where strings interact. For example, air and liquid, C-gas liquid, is shown by the contactor. A contactor is an electrically controlled switch used for switching a power circuit, similar to a relay set with a higher current ratings. A contactor is controlled by a circuit which has a lower power level than the switched circuit. Terminal relays. The terminal relays here are thermal relays used to protect the motor from actions like forced current, elevation, and electric shocks. Breakers. We have two breakers here. Breakers are protection elements used to control the power supply. Power supply scheme. This is the power supply scheme. This specifies the way in which the three phases are connected both to the contactor and the terminal boards. It is important to indicate that we always have to implement the power supply scheme rather than the control diagram. This is the power supply scheme. Thank you.